Thank you for joining us for this edition of the Spectrum Report. We have a great guest with us today, so stick around. The Spectrum Report is brought to you by Neural Balance with Anandinol. Anandinol is a patented herbal mineral vitamin blend that was created by a doctor with the Cleveland Clinic and a pharmacist. If you'd like to learn more about Anandinol, just go to our website and click on the How It Works tab. And of course, if you'd like tips and feedback from other parents and caregivers, just head on over to our Facebook page, or even better, join our Neural Balance support group also on Facebook. You answer 3 simple questions, and then if you answer them correctly, we'll let you in. So today we have a great guest. I'm super excited about this. Today's guest is Kristin Gonzalez, president of the Autism Hope Alliance. Kristin speaks all over the world and has educated tens of thousands of caregivers throughout the years on different strategies to help children on the autism spectrum. Since September 2012, Kristin has been leading the Autism Hope Alliance, where she serves as president. So we're going to welcome Kristin to the show. Kristin, welcome.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here.
I really appreciate you being here. I know you had a very long weekend traveling up to Baltimore for Expo East, so we really appreciate you being here. But we have some new and exciting things that Autism Hope Alliance has going on, so we want to introduce some of that. Now, you have a little bit of a personal connection. You sent us this really cute picture of you and Jax. So you have a personal connection to some of this. So tell us a little bit about your background, how you became involved with Enzymedica and ultimately the Autism Hope Alliance.
Yes, so my son was diagnosed when he was 2 years, 4 months, and he is now 17. So I've been in the community for quite some time. And he basically had no language, no eye contact. The doctors told me that he would never look, that he would never talk, and that he'd most likely be in a group home by the time he was 8. I remember feeling really helpless and just looking for any answers that I could find to try to help, my son, like many others out there, right? And I came across my son got diagnosed in 2004. So by 2008, I had come across a company named Enzymedica. And you talked earlier about Expo East. There's another show called Expo West, which is, larger, and it's where all the natural products companies come together. And I broke into that show. I talked my way in without a badge. And I basically, wanted to learn more about Enzymedica. Long story short, I ended up meeting the founder there. And they invited me back, and I just wanted to learn about their product. Well, they then founded, at the time, the founder founded the Autism Hope Alliance in December of 2008. At that time, my job was director of autism education. After I'd met them, they wanted to create an autism division. They wanted to help as many kids as possible. And by 2012, the founder had come to me and said, we want to make Autism Hope Alliance a separate entity. And can you go over to that side and leave Enzymedica and try to get as many companies as we can in the natural products industry to really make a difference? And so that's where we're at, and that's what I've been doing.
And that's where we met. We're proud
Absolutely.
supporters, of the Autism Hope Alliance. We just upgraded to Silver Plus. You're such a good salesperson, but the benefits are great. I mean, we love it because you offer so many services, resources, information, and it's just so helpful for parents. We get a lot of feedback from parents who were exposed to our product for the first time because of Autism Hope Alliance. And that brings me to another thing that I want you to be able to plug while we're here is the Pamper Me Pantry. I just love that. So that comes in the Pamper Me Pantry little orange box, and then this is some of the awesome stuff that's in there. So you get a lot of companies just like us. Tell us a little bit how the Pamper Me Pantry works.
Absolutely. So the Pamper Me Pantry box is sent out quarterly. So think of, fall, summer, winter, and spring. So we send it about 4 times a year, and we have approximately 100 partners in the natural products industry that send us products so that we can use that as a fundraiser, or we also use products to help families in need. And so this particular box, the companies send us products. We usually have about 4 different boxes that go out. So you don't know what you're going to get. Somebody basically pays a quarterly subscription of $34.99. That includes your shipping and your tax. One of our other partners is our shipping partner on that. And so they pay the shipping and they also pay for the box. So that $34.99 is able then to go back to our families in our nutritional scholarship program. And so for us as a fund, is it goes, to all the states except for Hawaii and Alaska, but all
Hmm.
the other states it goes to. And it's a great way for families, either if they're on the spectrum, if they have a child on the spectrum, or if they're just, somebody in the community that really cares about gluten-free, dairy-free. We guarantee all boxes to be gluten-free, dairy-free. Usually most products in there are way well above, gluten-free, dairy-free. And we guarantee a $125 minimum value. Now, most of our boxes that go out these doors, like we're getting ready to send another one out for our October shipment, and most of these boxes are well over $200. And here's
That's
the
what I was thinking. It well
yeah,
exceeds that value that
yes,
you promised. Well exceed. I mean, I'm looking at. I know how much our stuff costs, so
yes,
I
and
know. And the Probulin is great product. I mean, all the hemp fusion. You guys. I mean, this is not shabby. $35 a quarter, and
yep.
you're getting hundreds of dollars worth of stuff. It's
and
amazing.
they're and they're full size products. Well, there are some samples in there, but I would say 99% of the box is full size, which I think makes it different than other subscription boxes out there. And so what's also really different is it's a cause box, right? So the money is going back to help families in need, which is really exciting.
Yeah, that's why I liked it so much. That's the product that we donate going there because, really samples are great, but a lot of this stuff takes time to build up in their system. That person needs to take it, use the entire container, be consistent. So a sample it might be nice for the company to have that exposure, but for the end user, it wouldn't offer as much of a benefit. That's what I love about this is they actually get something, a whole unit, they can use it and be
Mm-hmm.
consistent, really get the full benefit. I just love that about the program.
Well, and then they can tell if they like it, which is so great because, if it's a little sample, you can't really tell if you're going to really love the product. But when you get a full size product of anything, you can, typically see the benefits within a month if you've tried something. And so,
Right.
and on top of that, they get to see companies that care. So if anybody's interested in that program, we still have boxes to sell. So, please go to pampermepantry.com
Right
and
there.
true. Yep, and truly, it's a donation. Then that's what we call it. And it literally says make a donation, and the donation is $34.99. You make a donation, and we send you a box.
Well, and that's the thing. It really is a donation because the
Mm-hmm.
products are donated to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you turn that money right back into the system for you mentioned scholarships and other programs. Where does the money go?
So the money goes to a couple of different things we do. So one of the things we do is called a nutritional scholarship program, and that means that families can go on what we call a back end. We are partnered with iHerb. And so for majority of our partners are listed on iHerb, and so they can go on the back end that only they can see, and they get anywhere from $100 to $125 depending on their need a quarter, and they can pick different products that make sense for them. So it could be maybe they want a supplement of some sort, and maybe they want a natural cleaner, and maybe they want a, gluten-free, dairy-free bag of cookies or something. They can really, have a variety of things that their family really needs. We really make them qualify though. So a lot of nonprofits out there, you always wonder, like, how do these families qualify? We require a diagnosis of the child or individual, regardless of the age, doesn't matter of the age. We require the tax returns. And then we also require them every quarter to do what we call an ATEC, which is Autism Treatment Evaluation Checkoff List. And that tells us, where their child's progress is going, or, are they staying the same? Are they not? So we have a monthly and we have a quarterly a nutritional scholarship program for them like that.
That's
And so,
super cool.
Yeah, we used to have it where we picked the products for the families and we'd buy the products and then we would send them. The problem is everybody's different. So, this person wanted this brand or that person wanted that brand, and or maybe they didn't use this particular thing. So it was important for us to let the families choose.
Right. I love it. I love it. I love that you offer that support that way. It's just because I mean, it would be hard for you to pick products for people because I joke about this all the time, but it's so true. The only thing that I found that's consistent is none of these kids are consistent. Like, I
Yep.
mean, from family to family, the needs can vary so much. Just because you have a child on the spectrum, that's why it's called a spectrum, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
it can be all over the place. So I think that's super cool. Now, you guys have a lot of cool new stuff going on. This is something I'm excited about, and it's happening right now. So I
Yes.
hope nobody leaves during our show to go watch it. But before I switch over to this and we talk about, is it rebroadcast? Is it something that people will be able to access after?
So right now it launched today. I've been working really hard on it. I'm like looking in the camera and going, oh my goodness, I look so tired, and that's
You look
probably true.
marvelous.
I do look tired because we've been working so hard on this summit. We put about 9 months into this project, and even as of early this morning, we were still making sure everything was ready for launch, right? So it launched, like I said, today. All they have to do is go to autismhopesummit.com, and all they have to do is enter their email and their name, and that registers them. It's free for the 16th, which is today,
Right.
through the 21st. Now, let's say they've missed let's say for whatever reason they're watching like, oh shoot, I'm not going to get off work until this time and I won't be able to get to it later. Here's the great part. They can watch all day today for free. So when it launches Monday's free for them, and Tuesday's free as long as they're registered, though. If they're not registered, let's say they don't register up till Wednesday, they're not going to get Monday and Tuesday. So they want to make sure they register today. So they'll get Monday for Monday and Tuesday, that they get 2 full days to watch it. Tuesday they'll get until Wednesday, that kind of thing.
Right.
We're also giving away $27,000. You heard me right.
Wow.
$27,000 worth of products from our partners.
That's
and
awesome.
and so it's really, to me, it's like a no-brainer that they should be entering the contest. Now those are for US based, so if you have an international, we have about 160 plus countries watching today.
All right.
As of this morning, there was over 10,000 registered, and
That's
it will
great.
continue to grow as the week goes on. But if you live in the US, and I think excluding Hawaii and Alaska,
Right.
you can enter the giveaways, and that's pretty exciting. We have some amazing partners that partnered with us, and we have 31 top experts in their fields. We're talking about things like biomedical, diet, sensory integration, play therapy, how to take care of yourself with self-care, aggression, puberty, seizures. I mean, the list goes on and on. And here's also what's really exciting. This is our 4th annual summit. And I think we have, I want to say it's like, don't quote me on this, but I think it's like 14 or 15 new speakers that we haven't had in the past,
Oh,
which
wow.
which we love because we want to give as much information as possible. The other really cool thing is, and we're the first autism group in the US that I know of, I don't know about worldwide, but I know at least through the US to be able to do this. We're offering not just CEU units; those are continuing education units. We are also offering 3 college units, and these are accredited because they partnered with Salem College. And so, if people are wanting to get continuing education units, we offer that. If people want to get 3 college units, we offer that as well. So for us to be able to do that and be the first autism group to be able to do that through the summit is pretty exciting.
That is great because, I mean, that's something that's very specific if you're going into behavior or nursing and I even think about what if you're studying to be a pediatric dentist, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this is the kind of information that can be super valuable to you because you might not get that autism specific training, but imagine the more people in your community that you can serve if you have that awareness, that education going into it. So you mentioned if you first sign up on Monday or Tuesday, it's free. You get 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
So it is once it's all said and done, say because we're going to repurpose this video because I
Hmm.
want as many people to know about Autism Hope Alliance as I can reach. So
Yeah.
we'll repurpose this. People are going to be watching this a year from now. If they go to autismhopesummit.com, are they going to be able to view past or like this event or past events once maybe a month or two down the road?
So usually we don't release. It sounds like Disney, right? We're releasing it out of the archives.
Right.
We don't release for about a year and a half, and that's
Okay.
because people have purchased. So it's free right now if they want to, let's say, buy the whole program. So
Okay.
so as of midnight last night, the prices went up because there's a pre-sale. During
Okay.
this week, they can get the basic package for $67, which I mean is really not very much
Trying
if
to
you've
get
ever
a
been to a
couple college
conference.
credits for $67,
Well,
right?
no, the college credits are a little bit more because the college charges us. The college credits,
Okay.
the 3 college credits are 447,
Okay.
and that's because the college charges us, per the units.
Right.
And then the CEUs are 397, and those are accredited. Now, I mean, you and I went to school. Even getting 3 college units with all of your
Yeah,
coursework for
that's quite a bargain.
$400,
And
yeah,
doing it online too.
and doing it
So,
online, yeah. So that to me, when I saw that we were able to partner, and I reached out to colleges to see how much it costs. It was like 3 times more. So
right.
I said, let's do it. If you're a parent and you just want to watch the summit, but let's say you're going to miss some of the days and you're worried about that, or maybe you wanted your husband to watch, or your wife to watch, or another family member to watch, this week you can buy the basic package for $67,
Okay.
and that way you can have it forever. So it's not like you have to like worry that you had to watch it within those 2 days.
Right.
After the summit's over, the price will go up. And again, this is our fundraiser though. So we get a lot of people saying, well, you should just give it for free for always. And it's not that we don't want to do that. It costs a lot of money to produce. So we have to get the sponsors to produce it. And then we need to use that money as a fundraiser so we can continue helping
You'll
other
want to do it again
families.
next year,
Yeah,
right? And helping
exactly.
these families. And I mean, you can get it free if you're on time, if you're,
Exactly.
so that I
That's
think
what we
it's
say.
yeah, it's great because and I think people don't realize how much it costs, bandwidth
No.
and putting this stuff together and really it's I mean, there's a lot to it. So the fact that you're even offering it after the fact is a great benefit, I think. So people just need to follow us and follow you, and then they'll keep abreast of these things, and they can get scheduled ahead of time. But this is going on till the 21st, so
Yes.
all week this week. So
Yep.
if they're watching today or they see this video later, then they'll still have 4 more days to jump on board. So I think it's great. So what are any particular speakers that you want to mention, or is somebody going to get jealous if you don't mention them? Or
They probably all get jealous, but
right,
they're all great. We have some amazing doctors. We have Dr. Jerry Kartzenall. We had Dr. Go. If you don't know who that is, she's an amazing neurologist that's in Southern California. We have Linnea Rosignol. We have Dr. Newbrander. We have Ron Kaufman from the Autism Treatment Center of America. We also have Kate
right,
Wild from the Autism Treatment Center of America. We have Alex Doman from Advanced Brain Technologies. We have Bob Doman from National Association of Child Development. I mean, and these are just off the top of my head that I'm like, oh yeah, we have all these people. We have 31 just amazing speakers. And again, like I said, we're talking about all those topics. We're talking about even special needs trusts, like what to do, because that's a big worry for a lot
oh,
of us.
that's huge. That's
You know?
I'm actually going to do a show about that because I've talked to a lot of parents and they say, well, providing for what happens after my death is one thing, but funding it, I mean, I'm broke having a kid on the spectrum. It takes so much extra resources. And so I was talking to a friend of mine who is a financial planner, and he was like, life insurance, dude, like you need to tell these people, like, look at life insurance. You can fund a special needs trust with a life insurance policy. And I hate to be morbid, but it's inevitable. That's that's going to happen. So if you have only a small amount of money to set aside, then a life insurance policy is going to be much more beneficial to your child than putting a small money aside in stocks or whatever. So I mean, that's my limited. I'm not a financial planner or whatever, but it seemed like a no-brainer to me. It's inevitable that that's going to happen,
And
and
the
that's the
earlier you
biggest fear,
start,
the
and the
better.
early, Yeah, so for us, we do have a life insurance, but it was term and it was only at 30 years because we needed a large policy.
Right.
And, we got ours about 15 years ago. So we're thinking, okay, what happens? And I know a lot of parents are in this situation as well. What happens in the 15 years when our term runs out? And that policy might be way more than we can afford if we
Right.
have, over $1 million. And you're going to need well over $1 million to figure out how to take care of your children, in a fashion that you'd want to if you're not
Right.
here. And so now we're looking at, looking at our property and figuring that out and looking at a forever home for him. And meaning he owned, like, well, the trust would own the home and an agency could come in and we can oversee that. And so that way, when our home, when we're no longer here, gets sold, then that money can go into the special needs trust. And again, I know a lot of people are going, whoa, but, that's well, you have to start learning. And my son's 17, so we're talking even on the summit about conservatorship or guardianship, depending on what state you're in.
Right.
You think, oh gosh, it's your child, but no, when they turn 18, there's all these other laws. And so as I learn, I feel like a lot of people will get what I'm learning on my journey, because a couple of years ago, I didn't really talk about, conservatorship and guardianship. And now that I'm faced with that, it's something that I'm learning about, going, wow, we really need to, get this off of our kind of worry, because as I'm finishing it, it's going to feel so good to say, okay, at least we have something in place, because we never know what's going to happen.
Well, I think that's probably one of the biggest concerns that when I'm talking to parents and I mean, I would say 9 out of 10 that I have a kind of a deeper conversation with. What happens when I'm gone is the biggest worry. It seems like it's always that nagging thing in the back of their head, because often physically the kids are great. So, and they're a normal mental health facility is not appropriate for most kids on the spectrum.
No.
They're in that funny in between stage where assisted living is almost more appropriate, but you usually think of assisted living as for older folks, seniors. So I'm happy to see that there are organizations that are actually looking ahead and building facilities like that, but they're still going to be expensive. So that's where that's set up. So that's super that you guys are offering that as part of the Autism Hope Summit. So I'm going to throw that back up there because I want people to go there. Don't leave my show to go there, but we'll be wrapping up in a few minutes.
It'll be going on all day, and you can
sign up all day.
Yeah, and what's neat about it is each day it's between 5 and 6 speakers a day. And so what's nice is as soon as it goes live that day, so today 5 speakers went up, it's not like you have to wait to see somebody at 2:00. It's, okay, those 5 speakers are on that day, and all you have to do is hit the button and watch any of them in any order that you want to watch them.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, so it's really fantastic. I think it's a great opportunity. You can be in your pajamas. You don't have to travel. You don't have to take off work. You don't have to get a sitter. You and your husband can sit there and maybe have a glass of wine, because you might need some wine when you're watching this.
When you're drinking, yes.
I was like, when you're drinking, yeah. It's been a long couple days. So
yeah. I got to tell you again, I really appreciate you coming on the show. You were in Baltimore. You're always all over the place. I've heard a couple people describe you as a squirrel. So because you're just like all over the place, you have boundless energy. Like I'm like, I can't even. I don't know. I wish I could keep up. But you had a long weekend. I know you've been traveling a lot. You're all the way over here on our coast now, and you got a lot going on with the Autism Hope Summit. So I really appreciate you coming on today.
I appreciate you. Thank you for everything that you do.
Well, you guys are great. I mean, it's a worthy cause. You're not just. You were the first nonprofit out of the natural products industry to deal with autism, and
Yes.
I think that's super cool. And you guys gave us some advice when we were first starting off, and we appreciated that. So we want everybody watching to go to the Autism Hope Summit, not the autismhopesummit.com, right up there on the screen, and we'll have links and stuff in the description afterwards. So we really appreciate you coming on. I'm going to let you go, though. I usually like to keep my good guests on a lot longer, but I know that you're tired. You've had a lot going on, and you probably still have a lot to do today. So,
well, no, I think we covered all the bases, because really it's about, you guys look at the Pam From Me Pantry box if you guys want one before October 15th. check out the Pamper Me Pantry. I'm sorry, the summit as well. That's going on now. And then also, please check out our website, the autismhopealliance.org website. Basically, we are constantly putting new education videos up all the time. And so I know we're releasing even last year's, some of that's going on there. We're also doing new interviews just like you all the time, and so we're going to be putting some new stuff up there as well. Our education page is one of our top pages visited on our website, so that's free. It's easy to do.
And you're always adding stuff to that.
We always are. And then you can also download our resource booklet there for free as well.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So that's autismhopealliance.org.
Okay,
that's easy enough.
Yeah.
Well, Kristin, thank you so much for being on. I really appreciate you, appreciate all the work that you do. And hopefully we'll be able to do this again about the next new stuff that you have coming on.
Absolutely. Thank you, Gabe, for everything. I really appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching. And remember, you know what? There's always hope, and just never give up.
That's right. Thanks. Have a good day.
All right. Bye.
All right. Thank you for joining us today. I just love Kristin. I love the whole organization. They do so many things. I'm going to run through this again real quick, probably cut half my head off for the cause, but look at all that great stuff in the Pamper Me Pantry gift box. Subscribe to that. The money that you pay is a fraction of what you're going to get out of it. So check them out, pampermepantry.com. And don't forget to head on over, just about 2 more minutes, to the Autism Hope Summit. autismhopesummit.com. That's going on all week. And if you're watching this broadcast after the fact, if it's still during the week, you can get in there for free. After the fact, it's a very cheap. I think she said it was around $60 to get it. So that you can watch the whole thing. And that is also a donation. So it just goes back to Autism Hope Alliance to help other families just like yours. So we do thank you so much for joining us today. Remember that the the Spectrum Report is brought to you by Neural Balance with Anandinol. You can learn more about that at our website, neuralbalance.com. Just click on the How It Works tab. And also follow us on Facebook so that you can keep up to date with interviews, news, promos, things like that. We always have something going on to try to help families out. And if you'd like tips and feedback from other parents and caregivers, join us in our Facebook support group. You can search in Facebook Neural Balance Support and it'll pop right up. Answer 3 simple questions and we will let you join if you meet the criteria. And also you can email us at support@neuralbalance.com. If you have questions or you need some information after today's show, or you want to learn a little bit more about Neural Balance or Autism Hope Alliance. As I said, we're proud Silver Plus sponsors of Autism Hope Alliance. So if you'd like to learn any more about them, we have some handy postcards that we can send you as well. So just shoot us an email at support@neuralbalance.com. Once again, thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of the Spectrum Report. Please subscribe so that you get notices when we are going live, and you can hopefully get some good information that will help you and your family.
Because of Neural Balance, my daughter can sleep through the night consistently, which hasn't happened in years, and we are so thankful.